Good morning. We're starting a new day in the life series for every day of the tour, which kicks off today, the Babes Burlesque and Drag Tour. I wake up at 9 after only half an hour of snoozing, which is a record for me, and start my day by watching The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills from last night. And then I put on some ADHD music and get to work on finishing up my taxes, which I want to get filed before I head off on tour. So I complete that miraculously. Because let's be real, with my undiagnosed ADHD, unmedicated, completing tasks like this is very, very incredibly hard for me. But I did it, and look how exhausted I look. I don't like how tired I look here, but I am. Anyway, then I had other things to do before we headed off on tour. So I went to the UPS store to drop some things off to return, and then I went down to Jukebox to pick up my second order of stickers for the merch table, followed by a trip to the bank, and then a trip to the grocery store where I found out that my favorite toilet paper is on sale, so I bought 2. Then I made some lunch, which I ate while catching up on The Young and the Restless, quickly packed my drag bag, and then took one of my famous showers before getting in the van with these wacky doodles to do a show at the Staircase Theater in Hamilton opening night. Let's kick off the 2025 Babes Tour! It was a really, really smooth show. I'm really happy with how opening went, and happy to get home at a reasonable hour so I could wash my makeup brushes, which I do after every show. I realize it's going to be kind of hard to do this when we're doing 4 or 5 shows in a row in different cities, but hey, we're going to do our best to keep our makeup brushes clean, and also spray down my outfits to disinfect them and air them out, including my boobs, and then put myself to bed to do this all over again tomorrow. I'll see you in Guelph. Hola gatitos, it's day 2 of the Babes tour, and I'm already regretting starting this series because it's exhausting. So after running some errands, I get home and get myself back into bed because I'm tired. But then I get up, take a shower, get myself ready to go do a show in Guelph. Day 2 is Guelph, Ontario. We had an amazing time. We had an incredible audience. I got this incredible gift from Vincent, who is tagged below and makes the most beautiful art. Look at this piece that he made for me. I cannot believe the details. It has a Lebanese cedar. It has a Mexican-inspired skirt. I'm just so in love with it. Day 3 is today, tomorrow, whenever you're watching this, and we're in Owen Sound. If you're in Owen Sound, come see us. Otherwise, check out the Babes tour dates and come find us in your city at babesburlesque.com. Hola gatitos, it's day 3 of tour, and I wake up to make my morning lemon drink with honey, olive oil, cayenne pepper, and then I blend it because I'm too lazy to stir it. Then I make my smoothie with banana, cucumber, spinach, water, Vega 1 powder, turmeric, more spinach, peanut butter, and wild blueberries. Always do the dishes as you go so that you don't have them sitting there in the sink waiting for you for later. Then I did 3 loads of laundry. I use Arm & Hammer detergent because it is compliant against genocide. So I use my No Thanks app to scan it and find out, boom, good to go. I also use my Boycott app because they each have information the other one doesn't. And again, good to go. So Arm & Hammer it is. I recommend. Then I hopped in a Camionado to drive to my friend's place because my friend is coming from Spain and will be staying in my place while I'm away. So I clean the apartment, I clean. I clean the bathroom, I clean the hallway, I clean the bedroom. Didn't have time to do the rest of the house, but hey, I did that at least. And poof, then I'm in Owen Sound with the cast. I love this venue so much, the Heartwood Concert Hall. I come here quite often throughout the year, and it's always the best group of queer people who are just down to have a good time. Then we checked into the first hotel that we'll be staying on during this tour, and it is cute and only a little bit murdery. See you at our next stop. Do you have your tickets yet? babesburlesque.com. Hola gatitos, on day 4 of tour, we wake up in Owen Sound and get to Elsie's Diner to have a little retro breakfast before we head off to Stratford, Ontario. Our Stratford show is at Revival House, this beautiful old converted church. This is the only footage I ended up getting of the show. And then we took ourselves all the way back to Toronto in the middle of the night. And I made sure to wash my brushes, spray down my outfits, and get myself to bed somehow. Tonight's show is in Toronto. Come see us! It's day 5 of tour, and I spend the day showing the neighborhood around to Helen, my friend from Spain that's drag queen Chef Meran, who's going to be staying in my apartment while I'm away. It's the Toronto stop of our tour, so we're at Revival House tonight with Leah Alice Canali working door. That's my friend. She's a great singer. Listen to Light and Dark album. I'm featured on it. We had a really great show. All of our friends came out. It was really, really fun to perform for family and friends, and we got some great footage. So thanks to everybody who came and partied with us. We are hitting the road. If you're in anywhere between Belleville and Newfoundland, we will be seeing you very soon. Our Ottawa show is sold out on Wednesday, but you can come catch us in Cornwall or Montreal. Hola gatitos, it's day 6 of tour and it's a day off, so I start my day by going to the dance studio where we had rehearsal last week to pick up my wallet because I lost it there and they found it. There's my Hillary Yass sticker, that's my drag sister, love her so much. We're doing a Fringe show this summer, so stay tuned for information about that. Then I went to go vote now that I had my ID. So I went to my local elections office, which I found at elections.ca, and I walked in my cafe and made sure to vote. It took like 5 minutes. Okay, so that was super easy. It took 5 minutes. You just go to elections.ca and look up where your nearest elections office is. Show up. You can do it anywhere across Canada. It doesn't have to be your local riding. And you can do it anytime from now until April 22nd. Bring your ID. And then I sold a mattress on Facebook Marketplace, and then I did a bunch of other stuff that I did not film. And now I ask that you watch this video about my friend Ahmed that he filmed while I was doing all this yesterday.
I don't know what to say. I am angry and furious. I'm really, really mad. And exhausted, tired, sleep deprived. The future is unknown now. This is the second day of Eid and we woke up to the news of evacuating Rafah. And they are saying that they will level it to the ground, and then it will be like a prison camp where they will be filtering people who are going in or out, like they did on the checkpoints when people were returning back to Gaza. They used AI and to filter people, and sometimes they took some of them because their ID didn't check or something. I didn't want to talk about this. Yesterday, the first day of Eid, you all shared the story of the father who was having the idea in his hand and his 2 little girls. These are actually my relatives from my mom's side. The father is the son of my mom's cousin, and those are his grandchildren, his children, and for my mom's cousin, these are his grandchildren. And you went by your day and you said Eid Mubarak and congratulations and stuff like this, but nothing changed. And now they are threatened to level all Gaza, and they said that our turn is coming. My sisters are freaking out, and my sister Rani, I know that she has 2 babies. Rose is now 14 months and Yusuf is only 2 months old. He's not even 2 months old. He will be on the 6th of April 2 months old. And where are we gonna go? We lost everything in Sudan and now we are facing the same loss again and again and again, and I don't know who to blame, or who I should or who I should send my pleas to. You keep on saying that you are advocating for us and sharing our stories and amplifying our voices, but nothing has changed so far. Nothing. We just want it to end. We just want to have the chance to live again, to see a glimpse of happiness somehow before we depart this awful world. It has been really hard recently. Like, it got really worse, really bad after they got back to war, and just please, I don't want to blame you or victimize myself, and you are not obligated to help or support us. But please, if you can help, if you can stop this, please do.
Hola gatitos, it's day 7 of tour. It's another day off, so I start the day by cleaning the last of the apartment, the kitchen, and the living room before I officially leave it in the hands of Sheikh Miran, who's going to be staying there while I'm away. I pack up the last of my bags and take off on a train to Ottawa, where we have a sold-out show tomorrow, and I spend the night with my mom eating a shawarma, which I always do when I come to town because the best shawarmas are in Ottawa, and we watch The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion and Mo, and then go to bed, and I'm so excited to do a show in Ottawa, my hometown. It is day 8 of tour, and I wake up in Ottawa in my mom's apartment and take one of my famous showers before heading off to the theater at Live on Elgin. I have not performed in Ottawa since 2019, and it was here, and it was at a drag, and I was very surprised to see that my poster was up in the green room. I don't think I've ever been in a green room poster lineup before. That was really exciting. But even more exciting is that it was snowing outside. We got some snow. I was so happy. It snows every April. I want everyone to know that. Everyone complains about the snow every April, but you should all know that it does snow every April. So calm down. We did our classic Babes Days Babes cheer. Took our backstage Polaroid that we put in every raffle bag. And then we did our first sold-out show to kick off the official On the Road tour. We're not driving back to Toronto no more, baby. A lot of my friends and family came, so that was really nice. And then the next day, I just spent time with family. I'm not going to show you any of them because they're none of your business. The one upsetting thing that happened was that the snow was all melted by the next day. Not fun for me, but I guess great for driving on the road. And of course, we had some family time watching Survivor. Team Mary all the way. This season is really good. Our next 4 shows are Cornwall, Belleville, Montreal, and Fredericton. So get your tickets if you have not yet. babesburlesque.com. Hola gatitos, it's day 10 of tour, and I wake up in Ottawa and immediately do my back exercises because I am experiencing back pain right now, and I think it's from driving in the van for so many hours and sitting in a van. Anyway, and then we're off to Cornwall, Ontario, where we've never performed before. Before the show, we go to Riverside Pizza. I guess is what it's called. And it's a great, cute little pizza shop that only has enough seats for the pizza boxes. But oh baby, look at these toppings. They really loaded up this pizza. It is really good. I didn't record anything from the show, and I don't have any footage of the show or the venue. I regret it, but sometimes you just want to live your life and not document it. You know what I mean? So I'm sorry. Even though nobody asked for this vanity project, I decided to do it on my own because I have nothing else to do except everything. So we're headed to Belleville next. See you tonight. It's day 11 of tour, and I'm a little bit behind, so I'm going to bank a few into this one. This is us waking up in Prince Edward County, and then I have to sneak off to the car to do a phone interview because it's quiet in there. And then we pass some wild turkeys on our way to Belleville, where we have a very fun show and take some very sexy Polaroids, which we'll be selling at the merch tables. Then we pack up and leave Belleville and head back to the county, where we have a very late night hot tub moment, which was very needed. Then we wake up on day 11, and I had the loveliest shower of my life, and we leave Prince Edward County and head straight for Montreal, where we have a lovely show at Cabaret de Curiosité. Everyone's friends came out, but not mine, but that's okay because I only told most of them the day of. Then it's day 12, and it's a day off, so we all go to the spa, and then we all go out to dinner, but I didn't film any or most of it because I'm honestly getting really sick of this series, and I don't want to do it anymore. Should I keep doing it? Anyway, then on day 13, it's another day off in Montreal, and it's snowing, which makes it the happiest day of my life, so I'm just walking around Montreal enjoying the snow. It's going to be a very chill day because tomorrow we have a very long drive ahead of us to New Brunswick. It's a full day drive to Moncton. We are skipping Fredericton, so if you are going to come see us there, I'm sorry that won't be happening, but we will be in Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, and PEI, so come see us there. babesburlesque.com. Hola gatitos, it's day 15 of tour, and last time you saw me I was in Montreal, where it was beautiful and snowy. And we had to wake up early to hit the open road to leave Montreal for Moncton, New Brunswick, where we were going to be staying overnight before our show in Truro, Nova Scotia the next day. So it's the East Coast leg of our tour. And unfortunately, the snow did not last on the road, which was very disappointing for me, but we had a really easy drive. It was a long one, but we took shift driving and the road was very clear, so we had a very easy time driving and it was great. I got to catch up on the last episode of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Reunion. I'm really going to miss Garcelle. I hope she doesn't leave permanently. We finally arrive in Moncton at around 10 p.m. and I stay with my friend Melanie, my old pal, who won't get to see the show, so I show it to her on video. It was so great to catch up with her. I love her so much, but the next morning on day 16, we have to head to Truro, Nova Scotia to do a show at the Marigold Centre, which is our first proper theatre that we have performed in since the beginning of the tour, where we did a black box theatre. I love performing in theatre so much. So we're backstage getting ready. There's G-Spot, our guests who came in from Halifax to perform with us. Look, there's G-Spot performing. Truro was really great vibes. It was a really great show. We loved it. We will be back. And I got to remind everybody, as I do on every stop on this tour, that we are voting on April 28th. Are you ready to vote?
You can vote at any elections office across Canada. It doesn't have to be in your riding. Let's make sure we track the vote, baby!
And then we drove to Halifax, where we stay overnight at the Moxie Hotel, because we have a show there the next day. The Moxie Hotel, I've never heard of these hotels. They are an Instagrammer's dream. It was really cute, really funky. They have a station at the end of the hall where you can get like extra towels and extra toiletries and razors and toothbrushes. It's really fun. And the bedrooms, everything was so well laid out. I've never seen a hotel where the beds were head to head. And honestly, it was game changing. Before bed, I hung up all my undergarments to air out because I'm not a disgusting pig like you guys. So it's bedtime. We will see you on the rest of the tour. Come see us in Newfoundland. Hola gatitos, it's day 17 of tour and I wake up in Halifax at the Moxie Hotel for a lovely shower and then we go out to meet the gang for lunch. But first we see this art installation outside of a barbershop. I love Halifax, it's so cute. We had lunch at Springhouse where we saw this sign in the window, and then we went thrift shopping at Lost and Found and saw this sign in the window. Halifax is the fucking coolest. This place made me feel so safe and welcome. I've also learned from my castmates that Halifax has the best thrift stores in the world. They're really, really cool. And I went with Amara over there and James the Giant Pasty. There's Amara, she just moved here from Toronto. Then we went to Elsie's Consignment Shop where I saw this sign in the window. I love it here. And I also found a Selena VHS tape, bought it. And we had to go to the commune so I could find this shoelace sculpture, which no one ever believes me exists, but it does. And now I feel vindicated. Then it was time to go to the Seahorse Tavern where we had our show and a lot of my friends came and it was really, really great. It was an awesome venue, awesome show. Love you, Halifax. But the next day we had to leave. I really hated leaving this incredible hotel, but we got to hang out in the lobby and have a little chill before taking off because we weren't in that big of a rush. On the way out, I caught this really cute moment of Rusty finding Bon Bon on her phone and doing an impromptu photo shoot with her. Look at that smile, how can you not love this woman? And then on the way out, we saw this sign. Oh God, Halifax, I'm really gonna miss you. I should move here, shouldn't I? And then we hit the road once again and head to the other side of the province to go to the Annapolis Valley to perform at the Lunds Mill Brewery, which is such a cute, awesome, welcoming space. It felt like a drag brunch, which is basically home for me. I don't have any footage of that for some reason, but here we are backstage.
Heyo! Show number 2 in the Annapolis Valley, same night. Let's go, babes and babes, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, babes, babes, babes!
Oh God, that's right, it was a 2-show day, not just one, so that was tiring. But we woke up the next morning and I got to take a shower and do some much needed laundry before we went off grocery shopping so we could make dinner for our host. And by we, I mean I just watched. Okay, maybe I tried to cut up some peppers, but I didn't do a very good job. We were hosted by some friends of the gangs who moved out to this valley a few years ago. I just met them and fell in love with them immediately. So we had a nice dinner and we had a nice hang and then we went to bed. I'll see you tomorrow. Hola gatitos, it's day 20 of tour. The third week is officially over. We are headed to Newfoundland. James, get out of my video. Put the toilet paper down and get the hell out of there. So we're headed to Newfoundland. On our way out, we stopped by Bee's Knees General Store and Bakery, which is the most wonderful, awesome, cool little spot. They have a Drag the Vote sign in the window, which, you know, has my heart. Go see Sue at the general store. It is the cutest, cutest place. Look at all these beautiful things they have for sale. Bon Bon found me a charcoal soap, so I ended up buying charcoal soap because I'm on a charcoal kick. It's very good for you. I highly recommend. But this store is awesome. Go visit it if you're ever in the Annapolis Valley. On our way out, we had to stop and see the mastodon, the giant mastodon, as one does. The terrain was absolutely beautiful. It was rainy and gloomy and foggy. Incredibly foggy, look how foggy that is. But oh my God, the terrain was gorgeous and I loved driving through here. The sun eventually came out like late at night, which, hey, listen, it was behind us, but we'll take it. We stopped at the edge of the world and obviously other people had stopped here before us because there was lots of chalk art on the ground and on the rocks, but it was really beautiful. We had to stop and take some pictures here. And of course, our favorite stop on the tour was the A&K Lick-a-Chick, which we had to stop in and see what this chicken was all about. It was actually pretty good. I liked it. So then it was time to hop on the ferry. We had to take a ferry from Cape Breton side of Nova Scotia to the Corner Brook side of Newfoundland. And this ferry, listen, it did not disappoint. We got to drive into the basement where we had a nice dance party with Jack and his friends. Wait, hold on, that's the wrong movie. We went up and selected some seats. We almost got a cabin. We got put on the wait list, but we didn't want to pay for a cabin, and it was already, we were close to arriving anyway. We were going to arrive an hour earlier than expected, so we just hung out in the cafe and played some games. And eventually we went to go find some seats to sleep in and had a good laugh at Rusty, who was not drunk, but couldn't really handle the rocking boat. He gets motion sickness, and it was very funny for us. So we park in some seats, and we sleep a couple hours, and we wake up in Newfoundland, and I cannot wait for you to see the video tomorrow because it's all about views. The theme is views. If you're in Gander, Newfoundland, we're coming for you tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow, St. John's. Hola gatitos, it's day 21 of tour. I'm very behind, but we wake up exhausted on the ferry after only a couple hours of sleep. But we've landed in Newfoundland, which you can kind of see through this rainy window. But we wait our turn to exit the ferry, and then we finally get to do it. We exit, and we end up in Newfoundland and finally get to see the world. It is absolutely beautiful. It took our breath away. It's one of the most beautiful road trips I've ever taken. We have about a 2-hour drive to Corner Brook. The water was frozen over in some places. The fog was fogging. The sun was not sunning. But the sights were stunning. I can't believe people live here. This video might be a little bit longer than normal because I didn't want to cut out all of these beautiful views. So if you like scenic porn, then this video is for you. So we drove through intense fog, and then we found some beautiful snow. And then the fog started to clear out a little bit, and we got hit with some rain. And keep in mind, this is all within 2 hours. Oh God, it's so beautiful. And then the fog came back in a big way. I could not get over this incredible sight of these trees. But guess who's coming out to say hi? I sped up this video so we could finally see the sun. Oh my God, look at the sun through this fog. Tell me this is not the most beautiful sight. Tell me. Tell me. But then the sun went away again and we got hit with snow, fog, and rain. And honestly, this is the weather for me. Give me a little bit of gloom, and I get a little bit happy. I'm gonna let this one clip run so you can look at this beautiful rolling scenery while I remind you that election date is on April 28th in Canada. We are voting federally. We are voting for people who support our rights and don't want to strip them. We are also aware that Palestine is on the ballot. So April 28th is voting day, and you can vote early. You can vote right now if you need to. Don't be discouraged. Get out there and vote for the party you want to vote for, unless it's conservative. You can go to elections.ca to learn more information on how to vote and when and where. And you can also go to dragthevote.ca to learn about the initiative to get people to vote for queer rights. I also highly recommend following accounts like Reliable Raven on Instagram and Vote Palestine and Queer Momentum to get informed about who we should be voting for, who is on our side. But damn, these snowy mountains in the fog, eh? Ah, God damn it. Really puts things into perspective. So at this point, we're almost at our destination. It's going to be at our friend's house. Well, actually, our friend's dad's house, who is so generous in hosting us. So we got to our friend Newfound Lad's house. Newfound Lad is hosting us and also is going to be touring with us through Newfoundland. They planned the entire Newfoundland leg of this tour, which the Babes Days Babes tour travels to the East Coast every year, but this is our first time on the Rock. We did listen to Come From Away on the way here because we are what? Basic. So we did a bunch of things after this, but first thing we did was take a nap, and I'm going to post the rest of the video about this day tomorrow because this video is too long already. So we are in Newfoundland now, and we are in St. John's tonight. So if you're in St. John's, you better come see us at the Rock House. Hola gatitos, it's still day 21 of tour. Now, we had just arrived in the last video in Newfoundland, and we took an overnight ferry and then had to sleep through the day. And then when we woke up in the afternoon, we got up and went for a little drive. Look at these views, the views are still so magnificent. I love it. So we went to this national park, and was it national? I'm not sure, but we went to a park and we walked around and saw some rivers, saw some waterfalls, saw some greenery. Saw some ducks, I think those were ducks, and just had a really lovely time taking it all in. All this to say, it was really pretty day, although the sun was not out, which once again is fine by me. Then we went back to the house where we're staying, and our generous host made us cod tongue. Also, we ate moose soup. earlier in the day. Moose stew, that is. And then we capped off the evening with a nice little hot tub moment. I don't know why everybody in the country has a hot tub, but I like it. The next morning, it was time to get up and at them. And so we went to the Rotary Arts Club in Corner Brook and got ourselves ready to do a show. It's our first show in Newfoundland. Before the show, I went out and got myself a shawarma at Luigi's Pizza, and it was not good. Anyway, the show was fun. We had a really good time with Corner Brook, and we even sold some merch. Did you know we have a merch table? Here's all the merch that we sell at our merch table. You should buy some merch. And when we got back home, I made sure to wash mine and Newfoundland's sponges with soft soap, which is Palestine friendly, and our brushes as well. So now we have clean brushes because we're not dirty. I woke up the next morning to Daddy James making us breakfast. It was delicious. Thank you, James. You and your giant pasty. So then we took off to Stephenville to do a show there at a place, I think, called Clancy's Pub, which ended up, ripping it up. It was a great crowd. Really fun people in Stephenville, I gotta say. But then it was time to leave, and we had to drive back to where we were originally staying outside of Corner Brook. And the drive is usually about an hour, but it took us maybe 2 because we had to drive very slowly in order to be careful to not hit a moose. We didn't see any moose, but we were scared. Oh boy, were we scared. We only have 1 weekend left of tour. We are in Sydney, Nova Scotia on Thursday, and then Summerside and Charlottetown, PEI on Friday and Saturday. So you better get your tickets. There's 2 shows in Charlottetown. Come see us. babesburlesque.com. Oh, hi, it's day 23 of tour, and we are on our way to Gander, Newfoundland. We are halfway through our Newfoundland tour. There's 5 of us in the van this time, and we stopped to see the big old moose and his big old balls. Our commute was a few hours long, but it was okay because it was a beautiful sunny day. Was it sunny? I don't know, but the skies were clear. Anyway, it was very nice and smooth. And so we arrive in Gander, Newfoundland, and we head straight to the Quality Inn, where not only are we performing, but we're staying. So it was quite a luxury to be able to paint my face and then just walk down straight into the theater. Along the way, I passed by some tourists and invited them to our show. Oh, there's a show happening here tonight if you want to come see it at 8 o'clock. It's a burlesque show. I don't know if you like burlesque, but it's happening. What's that? It's very fun. We have a cast of 5. We're starting around 8:15, so if you want to come see, we'll be in the theater right down here.
Thank you.
All right. Yes, absolutely. Gander is not like other places. Our audience actually arrived on time, if not early, and I had to walk past them in order to get backstage. So many people! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh! So we took our traditional cast Polaroid and then had a very fun show for some very drunk people. And after the show, I had some fun with someone's dad and then had breakfast in the morning with Rusty and Newfoundland. And of course, before leaving Gander, we had to stop by the Gander airport where Come From Away happened. You know that one. Actually, one of our audience members told me that her father is the cop in the show. Like, the character is based on her actual father, a cab. Anyway, we ended up at the airport, which has a very rich history. Queen Elizabeth was here, Marilyn Monroe, Justin Trudeau's alleged father. And then there's a piece of steel beam from the World Trade Center. I have conspiracy theories about 9/11. It was an inside job. Anyway, moving on. There is a lot of really rich history here. In case you didn't know, this was an airport where all planes used to stop and fuel that were traveling internationally because planes didn't used to be able to cross the Atlantic from point A to point B without stopping in the middle. Then we hit the road again, and it is a very, very beautiful day outside. It's a beautiful day to stop in Dildo. That's right, Dildo, Newfoundland. Greatest town in the world. It was really beautiful. It was very cute. We had a really nice time. The weather was cooperating. The sign was signing. It was the best. They have a sense of humor there too, which is great. We keep on driving all the way east. Luckily, the weather was nice, but we end up in St. John's, Newfoundland, where we have a show the next night. We were hosted by our friend Danny, who is Bonnie's burlesque daughter. And they were really lovely. Danny and her husband Joel were fantastic hosts to us and took us out in the evening to get screeched in, which did not happen, but we did have a great time walking around and ended up seeing a band, Coker's Hat. It was nice to get to see a local band playing local music, get our full-on Newfie experience on, and get our dance on even. There's only 3 days left of shows, 4 shows left, because one of them is 2 shows. If you're in Charlottetown or Summerside or Sydney, Nova Scotia, well, you'd better come see us because we're on our way out. Tour's almost over. Oh, baby. Okay, I think it's actually day 26 of tour. I think in the last video and the videos before that, I was on the wrong day. So it's day 26, April 20th. The last video, anyway, everything was wrong. Anyway, so we're in St. John's. It's a day off. No, it's not. We have a show tonight. I'm a mess. We went to The Rooms, which is some sort of museum gallery moment in St. John's. And it was quite beautiful. It had lovely views and learned a lot about indigeneity in St. John's. There's a lot of rich history here. There's a lot of rich history all over Canada that a lot of people don't know enough about. So museums like this are important. The exhibits were stunning and informative. And the food was delicious. And the views, my God, you can't beat this anywhere. Although it was rainy all day, which meant that the views were a little bit hard to capture because of, the rain. But then like clockwork, just as it's time to go to the theater, the sun comes out. Just as we're about to go into a dark theater, which tonight's venue was the Rock House Pub, which was actually a really, really, really good time. The people who came out were very fun. We had a lot of fellow performers coming out from the local scene. It was great to meet some local legends. And after the show, we went to Mary Brown's. We had to get ourselves some Mary Brown's on our way out. Although we learned that she's not from Newfoundland, she's from Virginia. What the fuck? And then the next morning, we said goodbye to our hosts, Danny and Joel. Thank you so much for hosting us. We love you. And we took off for Cape Spear because we had to see the easternmost point of Canada before heading back towards Corner Brook. And it did not disappoint. It was absolutely beautiful. The drive back was pretty intense, I'm not gonna lie. It was a lot of snow and then rain and then snow and then rain and back and forth and back and forth. And but we got through it. It took us a long time, but we did it. And once again, the sun came out to say hi at the last minute. So we got in very late and went to bed, and then the next morning everybody went off to a national park, but I didn't. I stayed behind and played domestic wife. I did everybody's laundry, cleaned everybody's makeup brushes and sponges. It's the most satisfying thing in the world for me. And then I went off and got myself a haircut at Bob's, which I regret because they chopped off all my hair. It wasn't part of the plan. It wasn't the plan, but it happened. Look, my hairdresser was actually very nice. She knew what I wanted, and she was going to give it to me, but that lady looking at the camera right now, behind her, she asked her for help because she was new, and that lady came over and just hacked away at my hair with a clipper. I'm not happy about it, so I had to take myself out for a treat. I had a little pizza at Pizza Delight. Look how delicious that is. And that night back at Newfoundland's dad's place, he made us an incredible feast, the most delicious steak I've ever had in my life. And it was also Newfoundland's birthday, and we got to celebrate with them and their family, who are absolutely delightful, wonderful, lovely people. And the next day, we're going off to Nova Scotia, where we are tonight in Sydney. So if you're there, come see us. And PEI, you're up this weekend. Hola gatitos. Damn, it's day 29 of tour and we are leaving Newfoundland. We had to see these beautiful sights again on our way out. It's just, you can't avoid them. They're everywhere. I can't believe it's day 29. That puts things into perspective. It means that we've been doing this for like a month. I didn't realize this tour was that long. Anyway, we got on the ferry. We took the ferry back to Nova Scotia, to the Cape Breton side. And the ferry was lovely. It was a different looking ferry than the one we took last time, but it was really nice and got to spend some time out on the deck. We went to the diner, which had delicious food for a reasonable price. And we met two incredible servers who had been working on the boat for 24 years together, hired on the same day. It was really cute. Anyway, we finally docked in Nova Scotia and made our way into the Sydney Cape Breton area, where we went to our host's place, and Bon Bon found someone to cuddle with, and Rusty found someone to make out with, and then we went out to dinner at the Dobson Yacht Club, where the food, again, was delicious. There's been really great food on this tour, and I don't even care about food. And then the next morning, ooh, it's day 30, I cannot believe this, we headed towards the theater at the Highland Arts Theater, but we stopped for a food recommendation place, the Lebanese Flower. Thank you, Terry Lee, for this recommendation. It was Lebanese owned and operated. The food was delicious. The decor was just like home. And I got to chat with the owner, or maybe he's not the owner, but he works there, who is also Lebanese. And we had a really nice bonding moment of like, hey, have you ever been to Lebanon? When did you go? It was really nice. There's a lot of Lebanese people on the East Coast, which I think is goddamn cool. And they still have their Christmas decorations up, which you know has my heart. So we finally made our way to the Highland Arts Theater for a tech, which we were in a really nice theater that reminded me so much of Randolph Academy, the school that I went to. It was like basically a replica of that theater. It was really trippy. But anyway, after tech, we did the show, and at the show, I hit a milestone.
I just found out that I hit 10,000 followers! Cape Breton, what's up?
So that's really cool, but just so you all know, 10,000 followers means nothing because even though I grew them organically, nobody sees my stuff anyway. Free Palestine. But in any case, we had a really, really great show with them. This is the show that every year our cast seems to be most excited to come to because, I mean, we sold over 300 tickets, so like, Cape Breton loves us and we love them. Thanks for being queer and awesome. Before we headed back to sleep, we had to throw out the broken taillight. That I didn't tell you this, but a couple of days ago, James, well, he backed into a truck and broke our taillight, and now it's in the garbage. As I post this, the show is officially over. We had our closing night already, but these videos are still coming, so stay tuned to find out how the rest of the tour went. But if you still want to catch me on the road, I will be in Kingston, Ontario on May 9th, and I'm back at my brunch as of Sunday, so see you there. Hola gatitos, it's day 31 of tour. This is the final weekend. So we wake up in Cape Breton and it's time to leave Cape Breton. Or maybe it's Sydney, I don't know. I can't really tell the difference between which one is which. I think they might be the same town. Anyway, we head off to PEI and we have to take a bridge, a really long bridge across the ocean to PEI. And there's a toll, it costs money. Did you know that? It's about a 20-minute drive on the bridge, which is fine. Anyway, we get to Summerside. That's where we went first. We went to Summerside. We're staying at the Quality Inn and performing next door at Brothers 2. I don't know where Brothers 1 is, but we performed at Brothers 2. And Rusty and Bon Bon cleaned up the dressing room for us because it wasn't a very dressing room-like space for us, but they made it one. They made it a home, as they do everywhere we go. And then I went back to the hotel room to get into makeup and headed down to the theater to perform for everybody. Had a great show, don't have any footage of it, sorry about that. The next morning we woke up and made the drive to Charlottetown. I believe it's like an hour. And on the way we stopped at everyone's favorite little restaurant called Landmark, which is so gorgeous inside. Staff was really cool, food was really great, had a great time. That stop, I believe, was in Victoria, PEI, if I'm not mistaken, and then we kept driving towards Charlottetown to do our show at the Guild. It's our final show. Well, we have 2 shows, but it's closing night, and emotions are high. We're feeling it. We had some kick-ass guests from Charlottetown Burlesque joining us on this stage tonight, and it was a really great way to close out the tour. The Guild was really wonderful to us. We had a sold-out second show, so it was a really awesome way to close everything out and say goodbye to this beautiful little show that we've been touring with for the last 32 days. Is that where we're at now? It's really sad to, like, clean out the dressing room for the last time, say goodbye to a stage for the last time, packed up the van for the last time. We ended our night at Alexandra Pizza because it was the only late food that was open, but it was really good. It was like really, really good. Anyway, we have 1 day left in Charlottetown before we head home, so I'll have that video coming for you next time. But the tour is over. But if you're in Toronto or Kingston, you can still see me. Kingston, I'm coming to you this weekend. Come see me.
Hola gatitos! Tour is over. Well, the show is over. We're still on tour. Well, actually, we're currently back in our respective homes, but for the purposes of this video, we are still on tour because I have this one last video to show you of what we did on our last day on tour. So we are in PEI. We wake up in Summerside and drive ourselves to Charlottetown to spend the day there, where we drop off Bon Bon to get a tattoo from Bannerman over at Ironside Tattoo and Piercings in PEI in Charlottetown. Bon Bon's been talking about this tattoo since the beginning of tour, and she's so excited to have one. Then we all went our separate ways, and I had lunch with a couple of friends, and then went to see the market in downtown Charlottetown, and saw this beautiful Dalmatian. Bought myself a lovely little soap, and then met up with the crew at Slaymakers, which was recommended to us by some drunk moms at our show the night before. Then I taught everybody my trick of when I'm out in public and I have to poo, I go to a hotel lobby. But then we went back to our own hotel. It was our final night on the East Coast, so I had a nice little swim, and Rusty came and joined me later, and then it was time to leave. The next morning, we hopped in the van. We paid the toll, the bridge toll, and we got on the bridge. It was $50 to drive 20 minutes on a bridge. I love Canada. So we drove to the other side to New Brunswick, where we had to stop so I could go pick up my laptop that I had left at my friend Mélanie place. Mélanie LeBlanc is amazing. If you don't know her in the East Coast, you're wrong. And on the way out, we had to see the coolest thing in New Brunswick, which was Magnetic Hill. And I had an amazing time, and James tried to ruin it. If you don't know what Magnetic Hill is, it's an optical illusion where you feel like your car is being pulled uphill when you're in neutral. It's amazing, unless you go with a jerk like James.
I don't know. This looks downhill to me. This is like here. This is not exactly like.
I'm glad we didn't pay for this.
No,
Look.
we came down.
Look, I'm putting it in neutral, and then we're gonna roll downhill. This is magic.
This is magic.
It is magic. Look at us go.
Now, what are the chances that this is downhill or that we're defying the laws of physics?
Yeah, we're still going up. We're going up. This is definitely up. This is definitely up.
Well, this is momentum
This is up.
from going downhill. Are you satisfied with Magnetic Hill? Do we need to do it
We
again?
did it! We did it. We did Magnetic Hill. And then we got to see Epcot Center, and then it was only a 9.5-hour drive to just outside of Montreal. But not before stopping in Grand Falls, New Brunswick to see just how grand these falls actually are. I love waterfalls. They always make me feel so, I don't know, peaceful for some reason. And I guess reflective. So before we get to the end of this video, let me tell you about some reflections I have from being on tour. It was an amazing time. It was honestly so good for me to be away from Toronto and away from the grind. I didn't realize it until we were on our way back, but my mental health has been good. My mental health has actually been stronger than it has been in a long time, and I think a big part of that is the fact that I had nothing else to focus on other than this tour, other than performing and driving, and those are my only two tasks. And luckily, everything else in my life was able to take a backseat. I wasn't getting inundated with emails and requests and things like tasks to complete, which is so different from when I'm home. And in fact, as soon as I got home, I had no time to actually process everything, and I threw myself right back into work and different jobs and different gigs and emails and all that stuff. And it really makes me wonder if it's Toronto, if Toronto is a magnet for me to be busy and fall back into the hustle. So I will be planning on leaving Toronto at some point, so buckle up, everybody. But this tour has really put all that into perspective for me, and it was an amazing, listen, I was surrounded by great people that I actually like being around. I got to meet some really cool people. I got to see the country. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. So I do want to thank James. Yes, I want to thank you for this. There is a chance I'll say yes if you ask me to come back next year. No, I definitely would, because I really had the time of my life doing this. But anyway, back to our journey home. We stopped at Bon Bon's place in the countryside, and this was my sleeping quarters, which were absolutely beautiful. I got to wake up next to this cutie, next to this little sweetheart who came and cuddled up with me up in the morning. It was very sweet. And then in the morning, Rusty and James and I were treated to a lovely breakfast by Bon Bon and her husband Daniel. And that was our final moment together as a group. The Babes tour is over. We commemorated by taking one final group Polaroid. Thanks for being on this journey with us. We'll see you next year.